There are 5 different traps that keep you from becoming the best version of yourself. They stop you from crafting your dream lifestyle. They stop you from creating generational freedom. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about one of them, which is the comfort trap. I'm going to be talking about the signs of the comfort trap. I'm going to be talking about the causes and the effects. And I'm even going to be giving you 2 action steps that'll help you not only get out of the comfort trap, but avoid the comfort trap altogether. So if that sounds interesting to you, just keep on listening. This is the space where you are saying yes to your biggest goals in a world full of idle dreamers by empowering your identity, beliefs, and abilities. Prepare yourself, because to create the reality we want, we say no to excuses. Who cares to other people's thoughts, feelings, or expectations? And we say enough to the things that are holding us back from our greatness. It's time to set the table to do the work to become successful, fulfilled, and free. Welcome to the Dream Lifestyle Podcast. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Dream Lifestyle Podcast. My name is Trevón Jr., and I'm super thankful to have you here because in this episode, we're going to be talking about the comfort trap. Now, the comfort trap is only one of the 5 traps that keep us from becoming the best version of ourselves, but today we're focusing on just the comfort trap. Now, before we get started in terms of me defining what the comfort trap is and telling you the signs, the cause, the effects, and everything like that, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. I need you to like this episode. I'm going to need you to comment on this episode if you hear anything that really hits you deep down in your heart. And I'm going to need you to subscribe to the platform that you're listening to me on or watching me on. And I'm going to need you to share this episode with someone, because in the same way that you may be falling victim to the comfort trap, someone else may be that you know. So do me a favor, share this episode, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Now, to start this episode, I really want to just give like a working definition for what the comfort trap is. All right. So the definition that I have come up for what the comfort trap is not realizing full potential because the progress made has created convenience and complacency. All right. I'll read it again. The comfort trap is not realizing full potential because the progress made has created convenience and complacency. All right. And the reason why this really holds you back is because in a lot of ways, right, we're always talking about how we want to become the best version of ourselves. And every single step that you take, you're going to become better and better. And you're going to start seeing more and more results. You're going to start making more money. You're going to just start looking at life different. And just things are going to change around you. You're going to get new access to resources. You're going to get new access to people. And a lot of the times, getting comfortable looks like basically stopping that pursuit because you reached a level where, let's just say, your basic of needs are met, even though there's more within you. Okay. So what that may look like practically, if you have a goal, let's say you started a business, you have a goal where you want your business to make $1 million in revenue for the year, right? And let's say you're doing all the work, because you're starting out with nothing, as most entrepreneurs do, right? You're starting off from just a low threshold. Let's say you're making $3,000 a month from your business, right? You work, you get your business to $10,000 a month, right? And pays for your bills, you live a comfortable lifestyle and everything like that. But now this is where the comfort trap can get you, because $10,000 a month in terms of lifestyle looks a lot different than $3,000 a month. And like I said, you have access to new things. You probably have a little bit more free time and everything like that. But you almost completely forget about the main goal of your business, which was to have $1 million in revenue, right? This may also look like might also happen in the gym. Right. You may have a goal of, I want to lose 30 pounds in the next 3 months. Right. Let's just say 30 pounds in 3 months. Now, you may have an entire workout regimen planned out for yourself. Right. And it's to the T. You're disciplined in it, whether it be 3 days a week, 4 days a week, whatever, you decide to do. But then when you start seeing results, right, by week 2, week 3, you've only lost, let's say 10, 15 pounds rather than the 30. But because you like how you feel at 10, 15 pounds, you feel great, you look great, abs are starting to come in, there's definition starting to come in, you get comfortable. And the reason why I have this working definition that it stops us from realizing our full potential is because the reason in which you even had that first goal in the first place, right? Using the examples, the reason why you had that goal of making $1 million in revenue a year, the reason why you had that goal of losing 30 pounds is because that is what's within you. There's a reason in which that particular goal is in your heart. And, when you're making these leaps, when you're making progress, it's very possible for you to get too comfortable with where you're at just because it's not where you used to be, to where you just stop, you lose motivation. All right. And so it creates complacency. It creates convenience just because your life is different, because you've put new patterns and new habits in place to get you to a different level, but it's not necessarily the level that you originally intended. All right. And the one thing about life is that, you want to make sure that you're always getting better. And when you get too comfortable in life, you're going to end up with regrets. And that leads me into a little bit of just what the effects of the comfort trap. Okay, I'll start with the effects. If you are somebody that you had a goal of whatever it may be, whether it's a monetary goal, whether it's a personal goal, whether it's a professional goal, whatever it is, and you've worked hard towards it, but you might have seen really good progress, but you have more to go. If you end up in the comfort trap, you're going to end up unfulfilled, and you're going to end up with regrets. And you don't want to live that way, because at the end of the day, more than likely, that goal that you have is tied to a singular position. It's tied to a singular thing that can happen or a certain level. And at the end of the day, life is more than that. Your life means more than that. So when you think about the goals and the dreams that you have that's within your heart, that are tied to your purpose and your passions, you really want to make sure that you're working towards that mission. That's why a lot of the most successful people in the world are really successful. Not because they had the goal or the dreams of even necessarily making $1 million in revenue or anything like that. Like, they have those types of goals, but they have a mission that allows them to just go further than what, $1 million, than what tangible things, right? If you have a mission and your purpose is truly to help people in whatever it is that you do, right? Whether you're in sales, whether you're whatever space you're in, it really doesn't matter. But when you have a mission like that, that's not tied to a certain level or position or anything like that, you're always going to have motivation for more. You're always going to want more, because you know that at the pit of your heart, at the bottom of your heart, what's within you, and the potential that's within you, and you're going to strive for that mission, because a mission is an ongoing thing as opposed to a goal, which is pretty singular. That's why, I make the distinction between a dream and a dream lifestyle, because a dream is more likely tied to a singular position. Your dream lifestyle is basically how you live your life every single day. All right. Now, that's the effects, right? You end up unfulfilled and you just regret. You end up with regret. You're going to be 45, 50, 60, whatever it is, regretting, thinking, man, I probably should have done more, right? And that, I'll talk about the signs now. So I talked about the effects. I'll talk about the signs. So the effects of the comfort trap leave you unfulfilled, and they leave you with regrets. Now, this is how you know right now in real time how you may be a victim of the comfort trap. Is if it's hard for you to get motivated, you may be a victim of the comfort trap. If you're unlikely to take more risks, you're more than likely a victim of the comfort trap. And the reason why I really want to harp on this one is because in order to go to the next level, you have to get out of your comfort zone. And getting out of your comfort zone is a risk, right? It's that thought of, well, if I spend this, then I'm not going to see that money again, and I really need that money. If I, apply for that job, then what if they tell me no? I'm comfortable where I'm at. What if? And you don't need to live your life that way, in the sense that when you have your life tied to a purpose, when you have your life on a mission, you're willing to take the risk because you understand fully what is at stake. Okay, you understand fully what is at stake. Now, the signs, more signs of just what the comfort trap may look like and even sound like, if you are always saying to yourself, I should be doing X, I should be doing more of Y, I really think I should be doing, if that's kind of your daily thoughts, you're likely in the comfort trap. And I'm not saying that to attack you. I'm not saying that. It's more so me just wanting to help you identify a problem so you can solve a problem. All right. Because once again, this is not a place that you have to stay in. I know that you're comfortable where you are, and it's great to be comfortable. There's nothing wrong with comfort. That's why, you work as hard as you do and everything like that. But you need to make sure that your heart and your mind and your soul are tied to a deeper mission, which is your purpose and your passions. Okay. Now, I talked about the effects. I talked about the signs. Now I'm going to talk about the causes. All right. So the causes of the comfort trap. All right. Now, these are the things that basically have either gotten you in the comfort trap or they may get you. So you have to be wary of this. And this is where we're going to be talking about your solar system, as well as just, what you have, what your mindset is towards your dreams and goals. Okay. So there's two things. There's two things that cause the comfort trap: people's acknowledgement and validation, and not a deep enough understanding of the dream. Basically, what's at stake. Now, people's acknowledgement and validation, the reason why this causes comfort is because if you are on a mission, right, mentally, you're the only one that knows exactly what your goal is. You know what your dream is, but you are basically on the path to success, and people are seeing you on that path because they don't necessarily know what your goal is, right? Because more than likely your goal is something they can't wrap their brain around. It's something that they can't experience because they don't have the same vision as you. They're going to be like, wow, you're doing such a great job. Wow, I wish I was doing it like you. Wow, you can do that. Wow, like you really. And when you start to hear that acknowledgement and that validation, not necessarily saying that it's that acknowledgement and validation that makes you feel like you're important. Like it doesn't necessarily give you importance or value. Like you still have your value of self-worth there. But when you're hearing too much of acknowledgement and validation, it does make it harder for you to keep going. Because if you're at the top of the class and you're always at the top of the class, and in your mind you want more, but everyone else is praising you for where you are, that's honestly that's just not the best environment for you to grow. That's not the best environment for you to really continue to challenge yourself if everyone's talking about how great you are. And this is why I say solar system is so important in terms of who you have around you, because you want to have people around you that are actually challenging you to be better, regardless of whatever space it's in, regardless of how they're personally doing. You want people around you that challenge you to be better. Okay. And what challenging you to be better looks like is holding you accountable. It looks like, checking in on you. It looks like, just having those really deep, important conversations to let you know when you could be doing better, and really basically not being a yes man. You don't want any yes men. You don't want any yes women around you, because you want to become the best version of yourself, and you want to be with people. You want to have people in your solar system that are like-minded, that have the same type of mission, the same type of mindset. So that way, as you as a group, you as a friend group, even if it's one friend, two friends, whatever your inner circle, whatever your solar system is, when you have a network of people that are driven for success, that are driven towards purpose, that are driven towards their mission, now you're less likely to fall into the comfort trap, because even if on social media there's thousands of people praising you for what you're doing, even if it's your own family that is praising you for what you're doing, you have an inner circle of people in your solar system that are challenging you to be better. If you surround yourself in the room with people that are doing better, if you surround yourself in a room with people that challenge you to be better, that is going to help you not fall into the comfort trap. That is what's going to allow you to be successful, because you're always going to want more. Those risks that you don't want to take don't necessarily look like risks anymore, because you're around people that have either taken that risk or are taking risks in their own space or field. And that is what you need around you, because you do not want to be comfortable in order for you to be successful. All right. You cannot be. Comfort does not equal success. All right. You have to be. I've said it before in other episodes that the most successful people in the world, they are comfortable being uncomfortable. They're comfortable taking risks. They're comfortable getting out of their comfort zone. They're comfortable doing things they've never done before. They're comfortable mastering their skills. They're comfortable gaining knowledge to become valuable. They're comfortable doing whatever it takes to complete their mission. They're comfortable doing whatever it takes in order to live out their purpose and their passions. Okay. Now, I talked about the causes. I talked about the effects. I talked about the signs. All right. Now I'm going to give you guys two action steps. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost missed. I want to also hit on the not deep enough understanding of the dream. I apologize. So another cause of the comfort trap is not enough understanding of the dream. Okay. And this is where I say you have to tie your dream into something bigger than you, into your mission, in terms of why you're here on this earth, purpose. Okay. what's at stake? This is for me in my coaching. This is how basically we get to this. It's just asking you, what is at stake? What happens if you don't? What happens if you don't live out your dream? What happens if you don't accomplish it? What happens? What's the cause and the effect? Okay. And when you have a full understanding of your dream, you are less likely to fall into the comfort trap, just because your dream is tied to not only a position, but it's tied to how it affects other people. It's tied to how it affects your life. It's just tied to much deeper things than just, oh, me being a CEO, oh, me making a certain amount of money, oh, me weighing a certain weight. There are just much deeper ties to just things that really matter to you when it comes to the comfort trap. Now, the comfort trap happens when there isn't a deep enough understanding. Okay, when you don't necessarily know what's at stake for your dream, this is where the comfort trap can come get you. Because, when you have a full understanding of what 30 pounds in 3 months does for you, rather than it just being 30 pounds, you're more likely, if you don't know, you're more likely to just kind of chill out once you've lost 15 pounds. Right? If you don't really know what making $1 million a year in your business does for you, you're less likely to still be motivated when you start making 10,000. You're less likely to be motivated when you start making 500,000 at that point, just because, once again, you're already in a 1% percentile, right? If we're talking money, not many people make that much money. But when you have a clear understanding of what's at stake for why you want that goal, I'm using the $1 million a year in your business example. When you have that goal for whatever purpose that is, when that goal is tied to a purpose, when that goal is tied to what that does for your family, what it does for your legacy, what it does for your friends, what it does for other people in your family, what it motivates others to do, just your impact on the world, your purpose, that is when you reach the 500,000, you're not slowing down. That is why when you're in the gym and things get hard, you're still going to keep going, because there's a deep-rooted tie to your purpose and your passion and why you need that goal to happen. Like, you treat it as a responsibility. You treat it as if it's something that you have to do because you want to impact people. You want to walk within your purpose. You want to complete your mission. Okay? So those are the causes. I said people's acknowledgement, validation, and a not deep enough understanding of the dream. That's the causes of the comfort trap. So I talked about the results. I talked about the signs. I talked about the causes. Now I'm going to give you 2 action steps. I like to keep this podcast very practical, things that you can do right now, things you can do today that'll help you either get out of the comfort trap or avoid the comfort trap. Number 1, I want you to assess your solar system. All right. I want you to assess your solar system. I want you to really pay attention and really just evaluate the people that are around you. Do you have people around you that hold you accountable? Do you have people that you can really tell your goals to? Because at the end of the day, we can't do life alone. We need community. You need people around you that are not going to just be blowing smoke up your butt every single day about how great you are. You want to have people around you that acknowledge you, that acknowledge your efforts, but you want people around you that challenge you to be better, that want you to be better. You want people around you that are of similar mindset, of similar values, that just want the most out of life, that want to become the best version of themselves. All right. And you get that through whether you join the Dream Society here at Craft Your Dream. You get that through just whether you ask deep questions within your friend groups. But you need to get a community. You need to get a solar system of people that, like you, have a purpose and a passion and are really working towards those. Okay. The second thing is that I want you to answer what is at stake if you don't make your dream happen. Okay. What is at stake if you don't make your dream happen? What is at stake if, your dream doesn't happen, and who is affected by it? Just go through, fully flesh out the causes and the effects of you not going for that dream, you not hitting that benchmark that you set for yourself. All right. Those are the 2 things that I want you to do. So that way you can either get out of the comfort trap or avoid the comfort trap. I need you to assess your solar system, who's around you, and I need you to answer what is at stake if you don't make it happen. Okay. Because you living out your dream is your mission. because there's a reason in which the dream that you have is in your heart. I don't care how crazy it is. I don't care what other people think of it. I don't care how it may even make you feel. I don't care how uncomfortable it makes you feel. I don't care about your past experience, your story, whatever it is. There's a reason in which that dream is within you. There's a reason in which you have a purpose on this earth. And there's a reason in which you're passionate about what you're passionate about. And it's up to you to do the work to make it happen. All right. So that's all we got for this episode, where I talked about the comfort trap. I talked about the signs. I talked about the causes. I talked about the effects. I talked about 2 ways in which you can get out of the comfort trap. So if you enjoyed anything in this episode, if you really got anything from this episode, do me a favor, leave me a comment. I'm thinking about honestly holding a workshop just to really talk about the 5 different traps that hold us from being the best version of ourselves. So if that interests you, drop a comment to let me know. As I said before, like, comment, subscribe, share this episode with someone if you feel like, they're in the comfort trap, or, you just want to share the gems that I gave in this episode. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't by now, check out craftyourdream.org so you can be a part of our community, where we help people truly craft dream lifestyles and create generational freedom. It's $35 a month. So if you're somebody that is interested in coaching, or you really don't even know what coaching is, the Dream Society is a great start. It's a great start, where we have events every single month to basically help you become the best version of yourself for your dream. So if that interests you, check that out, craftyourdream.org. But check out some of our past episodes. Look forward to more episodes. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And always remember that your dream is possible as long as you are willing to work for it. I'll see you guys in the next episode.